Day, let's talk Dak Prescott. Playing under the franchise tag this season for just over $31 million, the Cowboys legend Emmitt Smith called out his former team for not getting a long-term deal done, saying if they're trying to mess with Dak mentally.
Damn it, Snicker man, speak for yourself.
Okay, you still mad you was wrong last segment. Emmitt Smith said that if they're playing with Dak mentally, from a financial standpoint, they're going to affect the whole chemistry of the entire team.
Illiterate, uncomfortable illiteracy. What a black man.
What up, LaVar? I'm done with Marcellus for the day, but unfortunately, I got to hear him first. Marcellus,
yes.
Is this whole contract dispute, is it going to affect the chemistry of the team? But more importantly, are the Cowboys going to regret not giving Dak a contract extension?
Oh, absolutely, they're going to regret not giving him an extension. But they're also going to reap the benefits of not giving him an extension. You got to remember the two pressure moments for Dak Prescott.
Which one is it, dude?
Oh, man,
Which one is it? You just said both.
I know. Watch how deep I get.
Oh.
Okay, the two gun-to-your-head moments for Dak Prescott is one, when you get drafted in the 4th round. I don't know anything about that. Anyway, when you drafted that low and you thinking, like, my first year is going to be chill, red shirt, whatever, and then they hit you upside the head, yoo-hoo, Romo's hurt, we need you to go out there and start. Gun to your head as a rookie 4th rounder, and you become the franchise quarterback and lead them to 13 wins into the playoffs. Then you fast forward a few years, and they put the gun in your head again and say, we're not giving you a new contract. Go out there and show us what you can do. Boom, 4,900 passing yards and the number one offense in the NFL. So they're going to reap the benefits of trying to play games with Dak and his money. But Dak's going to make so much money in the process. Kind of like that Acorn investment app. You know how you just put a couple bucks in there and you look up, you're like, damn, I got a lot more money. That's what's happening to him. He is riding this bull market. You're talking about inflation. Every single thing that Dak Prescott does is making him so much money, to the tune of a sentence that says he's going to make twice as much as Patrick Mahomes in the next 3 years. So, yeah, they're going to regret playing with his money, but they're going to reap the benefits because the boy going to ball out.
LaVar,
that's how you say it both sides.
Let me tell you about Marcellus, bruh. Marcellus loses arguments, so he tries to mess up my script reads to undermine the success I'm having.
I saw what he did there.
He tried me. Let me get to the point. Marcellus, you're wrong again. Okay, the Cowboys aren't going to regret it, and because of exactly what you said. Think about this, people. Dak Prescott has already done statistically anything you could ask a quarterback to do. All-time Cowboys passer rating record. Since he's come into the league, tied for second with the most wins you can have. Top 5 last year in passing yards. He's one of the best statistical quarterbacks the game has seen since he's come into the league. So if you're the Dallas Cowboys, you have to pay Dak Prescott based on everything he has done statistically. But yet you still haven't. So what's missing, Marcellus? The only thing Dak Prescott has yet to accomplish is a Super Bowl win. He won a playoff game. Yeah. He would have gone to the NFC Championship game if his defense wouldn't have let Aaron Rodgers get a field goal in 40 seconds or less. So the only thing Dak Prescott can still accomplish to get paid is win a Super Bowl. But if Dak wins a Super Bowl, Marcellus, they're not going to regret paying him because you won a Super Bowl. Take as much money as you want, Dak, if you win. But if they don't win a Super Bowl this year, what's going to happen? Tag, you're it. They'll tag him again next year. No regrets, no love lost. If they win a Super Bowl next year, bet they're not going to regret it because they won the Super Bowl. If they don't win a Super Bowl, Marcellus, they'll let him walk like the Redskins did with Kirk Cousins. Cowboys are in a win-win situation right now. You're either going to win a Super Bowl with Dak Prescott getting tagged, or you're not, and you're going to let Dak Prescott go. But either way, if you're the Cowboys, you have no regrets because you're the dealer, and you dealing out whatever hand you feel like. And again, the house always wins. The Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, they're the house.
When the student is ready to learn, the teacher appears. I think you knocked that so far out of the park, Acho. I would be repeating, in essence, pretty much everything Acho is saying.
You didn't prepare again. You ain't got nothing else again, huh?
No, I'm prepared. I'm always prepared, and I can be redundant as well and use words like that, even though I went to a state school for college. Shouts out to We Are Penn State. I don't think they're in a win-win situation. They are not in a position where they want to pay him the amount of money that he was demanding that he wanted. I think they felt as though as time would play out that or go on that Dak's position would improve and that a deal would eventually be done. And that has not happened. That confirms that Dallas does not want to pay him the figure that he's coming to the table with and being firm with. So to me, looking at it from the standpoint of giving a franchise tag to Dak to play out this year, at any point in time, if Dak plays well, you can rip up the contract and start negotiating what you want the extension to be or a new contract itself. If he doesn't play well, then you sit there and you say, we can start negotiating Dak, but let's be more realistic on the numbers that you're looking for. If Dak plays so well that he doesn't want to re-up on a contract moving forward, some would say that that's the loss that Dallas takes and maybe the premise of the question being asked. But really, in reality, if you have to pay him a dollar figure that you're not comfortable paying, even if he does perform well, then you'd have to say Dallas is still in a win-win situation. No regrets.
Oh, no, they could lose. Obviously, you guys never took a business class because...
I took a couple, actually, sir.
But
continue.
Well, at Texas, so, I mean, you really haven't... And there we go. This is what you're trying to do. You're trying to get the most services for the least amount of expenses. Like, that's kind of like always the goal underlying all businesses, right? Now, they already tried to play Dak on the cheap. And now you're trying to say they're not going to have a regret if they have to pay him max dollars and value? Yes, they are in their mindset. All of us are agreeing that Dak's going to get paid, but they're reluctant to pay him exactly what he wants because they're like, man, we're trying to get this dude on the cheap. Then let me give it to you because Acho, once again, created an imaginary threshold that is going to galvanize Dak Prescott in the head of Jerry Jones to a place where he's going to have tremendous confidence to say, you know what, here's the checkbook, write whatever you want. That's not how it works because you don't need a Super Bowl to be the highest paid quarterback. Ask Jimmy G about that. Jared Goff, hi. Kirk Cousins, Carson
both played
Wentz,
in the Super Bowl.
All of these guys who have not won a Super Bowl or even talk about it, been in a Super Bowl.
Well, Cousins wasn't. But the first two were in the Super Bowl.
You're making my point. There are a lot of porous holes in your argument. Dak Prescott was tried by Jerry Jones to be played on the cheap, and he answered the bell. So now Dak Prescott's like, the rabbit's got the gun, Jerry, and there's nothing you can do except reap the benefits of my production as I reap the rewards of what you're going to pay me.
The problem is the gun has no bullets in it. So Dak Prescott is holding said figurative gun at Jerry, and there's nothing to shoot.
How? Dak can't lose.
He can lose. Now, if we're talking about $30+ million, sure. No, he can't lose. But here is how. What can Dak already accomplish, Marcellus, everything you can. No. Literally has the passer rating record for the Cowboys, again, if I'm not mistaken. He literally is the second winningest quarterback since he got into the league. He's top 5 in passing yards last year. What else can Dak accomplish, Marcellus? Not rhetorical, serious question.
What else can he accomplish?
To get paid.
All of those individual... Look, I love Dak. I'm just laughing at how Jerry is now forced in the corner and he's going to have to give Dak exactly what he wants. Yes, he is. Let me tell you this.
Please.
They already walked up to Dak Prescott reluctantly and said, damn it, how much have you made in your entire football career? We're going to give you 8x that amount for just 1 year, and then we're going to have this conversation again. That's complete leverage to Dak Prescott, who is not a top 5 quarterback, but will be in the conversation of highest paid, if not second highest paid. Depends on Lamar Jackson, depends on Deshaun Watson. But he's going to be right there, slotted behind Patrick Mahomes, making more than Patrick Mahomes.
Here's your problem.
Without doing the same as Patrick Mahomes.
Here is your problem.
That's a win.
The only way the Cowboys will regret not paying Dak, the only way is if they pay him without winning. But that's not going to happen. If they wanted to pay Dak Prescott without winning a Super Bowl, they would have done that this past year. The only thing Dak can accomplish that he hasn't accomplished already, playing an NFC championship game or playing the Super Bowl. Those are the only two things Dak Prescott can accomplish that he has yet to accomplish.
May I retort? The devil's in the details. Dak had an old agent, and him and his old agent had them kind of locked in at a number. Dak said, forget that, switch agents. New agent said, hey, bro, that number's too low. Put the gun to your head, Dak. Go out there and bet on yourself. He did. Now Jerry and them like, what happened to the old number? They like, that thing is in the wind. So now Dak Prescott sits there knowing that he's already getting $31 million for just 1 year and hasn't won a Super Bowl, hasn't been in a Super Bowl, hasn't been in a conference championship. And Jerry is on record saying, he's our quarterback for the future. And Dak is on record saying, I'm going to be a Cowboy for life. And they know they have to get married, but they're going to have to pay the expenses that Dak Prescott runs up on
LA,
that
I got
bill.
him against the ropes. You want a couple last knockout blows?
I mean, I'm going to blow on his head, and he's going to fall over, and we're going to give him like a Mr. Miyagi. Listen, they already have put their contingency plan in place by signing Andy Dalton. And the whole point of
Andy?
Hold on. Andy had a pretty good career in Cincinnati and is more than up to the task of being a quarterback for the team until they get to a draft pick that they feel good about to be the next guy. So as you're speaking of business 101, Mr. Columbia, the reality that exists for Dak Prescott right now is he does not have any real leverage. He really doesn't. And
LaVar, if I walked up to you right now and said, how much have you made as a broadcaster? And then and you gave me all that number, whatever millions it is. And I say, for the next 1 year, because I know it took you like 5-10 years to get there, for the next 1 year, I'm going to give you 8 times that, then we're going to talk again.
No, LaVar,
come on, that's not
Marcellus,
leverage.
you know better than anybody else. It is all in perspective. All you're telling me is that Dak Prescott used to be underpaid. Just because he's getting 8X does not mean he's still in the top 10.
If we're speaking frank, I'm in the same situation as Dak Prescott.
Your contract is up at the end of the month. We know.
I am in the same position as Dak Prescott. Like I've come on and I prove that I'm good enough to be good enough, right? But in reality, all I can do is do my job and do the job that I do as best I can and hope that that is lending towards what my reputation is going to be.
All right, enough of your commercial. Chill out. Here, all I know is LA, you're going to get paid.
You make the comparison.
LA,
you make the comparison. I have no leverage.
Dak is not
I have no leverage to get anything more than what I get.
Dak was an
I don't think Dak does either.
Franchise
Marcellus,
tag.
I'm going to say this right now.
Let Dak go to the free agent market and see what happens.
If Dak Prescott does not get to the Super Bowl in the next if Dak don't get to the Super Bowl in the next 2 years, do not be surprised if he is not a Dallas Cowboy after that, just like Kirk Cousins was not on the Redskins.
And how much has Kirk Cousins made? Has that hurt him?
Did he not have leverage? Did Kirk Cousins make it with the Washington football team? No.
LaVar, you already said that. Kirk Cousins made the Redskins regret letting him go.
What are we calling him?
Hold on now. You're putting words in my mouth. You are putting words in my mouth.
I remember.
All I'm saying is even if Dak Prescott hits the open market and we will, I don't know if we'll ever know if he gets the number that they said that he wants right now.
Too much.
But what we do know is that the Dallas Cowboys, if they felt as though he was that invaluable where you had to keep him happy to stay as a Cowboy, they would have did the deal this offseason. They would have did the deal with everything that happened with Ezekiel Elliott last year and him holding out and Dak like, look, I'm going to keep practicing. No worries. I'm the QB. Here's some good faith, goodwill. You still didn't do his contract after he had one of his career seasons. If they wanted him, they would have paid him.
You're going to get paid.
If they wanted him, they would have paid him a long-term contract.